what happens through like 3rd through like 13th is where all like the juicy like random people show up and you're like, what the heck? Like I know Link, there's a Link player, first name Thor. His tag is like Hideki Esposito.
Yeah, I saw everyone was super excited about Thor. And Rawson did well. And, you know.
Yeah, so Chicago Arcadian was cool. I didn't get to see all of it, but I looked at the bracket and glanced and stuff.
Me too, yeah. I saw Nox do well.
Yeah, Nox, I think he got second, actually.
Nox did get second,
yeah. I definitely don't think he was seeded second, so that's good. I'm not 100% sure on the Arcadian Chicago scene, to be honest. I'm aware of like the lower level ranked players, but not really the Arcadian. There's a lot of up-and-comers who are in like the 7 through 15 range. So, okay, the thing with Chicago is that the top 3 has been relatively cemented for like the past like 5 years.
Kells really, bro.
Yeah, Kells has been the best as far as, I don't know, history has existed. And then as far as I've been in the scene, Vro and O'Reilly were always 2 and 3. Mostly Vro, I think, being above him, but they might have interchanged. And that literally just hasn't changed. But for like besides me getting number 2, whatever. But Chicago, I think right now is at a point where there's a lot of players who I would not be surprised if they eventually upset like the 3rd barrier that we've sort of had. So Michael is an example. He's 4th on the PR now.
That guy's crazy.
I think last PR he was honorable mention or something. So
he's a net play guy?
Yeah, he plays, his net play name is Michael 41000.
Yeah.
He is, I have so much respect for him, dude. Like, he actually grinds probably harder than, like, most people I know. Just given the fact that he has, like, hundreds and hundreds of net play sets. And, like, it's not like he, like, only plays against people, like, super low ranked, because you're not even able to do that. Like, the way
he farms everybody.
Yeah, he doesn't even, I respect it a lot because he doesn't even beat everyone, too. Like, a lot of people will, like, make fun of him. They'll be like, oh, you know, he's lost, like, random, like, platinum foxes.
Yeah, okay.
But he like still plays.
Like that's gonna happen.
Yeah, like it's I just respect it a lot, and he does a lot of things. Like he plays Puff in sort of how I envision myself playing it, where there's a lot of like punish stuff that no one else does. Like I'll down smash him, and he'll actually just ASDI down and rest it. Like it's really sounds like super simple, but like every Puff in the world I've played against besides him, including like Prince Abu and stuff.
Even the Robin Hood of Chicago, Prince Abu.
Yes. Like, I haven't played Abu a ton in tournament, but I actually have played him a decent amount of friendlies.
He said he trained you. He said he rebuilt you.
He made me a lot better at the Puff matchup. But Michael just, like, does, like, stuff. That's actually the main example I'm thinking of, where he just, like, rests down smash. But it, like, forces me to just grow as a player. Because Sheik, a lot of characters, but especially Sheik at a low/mid level, gets away with just, like, so much stuff that she has like no right getting away with. She'll like, you know, low level Sheiks like spam like F tilt and down smash and like spot dodge. And like they're really, really hard to punish moves. So even at a high level, people mess up punishing it. So they just get rewarded for being like noobs. Like there's a lot of I think of a specific example of me versus Zach actually, where point blank, I hit Zach with a full charge of needles, and then I just mashed F tilt because I knew he would just like try and punish it and then just like run into it.
Okay.
Basically. So good players are really good at like with punishing that stuff, but because it's so hard, sometimes they mess up, and the risk reward is just so insane. And so Sheik gets away with a lot of stuff in a ton of matchups, but Michael, especially, or at least in the Puff matchup, forces me to like respect the game as like I can't just do this newbie stuff all the time, even though I want to. I want to be a noob, dude, but if I am, I just die. So like I either lose or I get better at the game, basically.
I've heard people talk about Soft this way too, where you know he'll rest, he won't be the best at some things, but he'll hurt you for newbie things that you're doing. And
yeah, I haven't played Soft a ton. I've never played him in tournament. I played him in friendlies a little bit, but
okay.
Yeah.
So Chicago, always interesting. Do you want to talk about? Okay, so I have 2 related questions.
Okay.
Did you prepare for Dr. Light at all before coming here, and what did you learn from your sets with Quinn and Fluid, 2 Chicago ICs that have been nicking you here and there?
I'll be honest, I didn't really I didn't really specifically prepare for anyone at this tournament. I sort of assumed I'd be playing Zach and some combination of like either a Mix or a Mewtwo Queen or someone else. So I didn't do any specific preparation. Last time I played Dr. Light, I did pretty well is at the quarterly. I don't know if he played bad. I was like kind of not close.
He's not as icy mastery as I'd like him to be in the Sheik matchup yet.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think any of the icies are actually good at the Sheik matchup.
I could see that.
The main thing that I think is like they abuse the noob Sheiks being noobs, and then they're not forced to actually learn the matchup because the Sheiks aren't playing the matchup. They're just playing like, oh, I hope this F tilt doesn't get me wobbled.
The please don't get grabbed game.
Yeah, and then so I don't know. I didn't do that much preparation. I definitely learned a lot from playing Quinn and Fluid. Basically, I've been playing Army a lot at SSS, and I've been trying to implement what Laudanis has been doing, which is basically just platform camp a lot. But I didn't really have a purpose behind what I was doing. I was kind of running around on platforms and trying to evade icy stuff, but I had no end goal. I was just like, oh, I hope I don't get hit, but I didn't have – there's just no purpose behind my movements. But after playing a bit and like talking to Drug Fox and stuff, I learned sort of there is a secret name to the Laudanis technique that I'm not high enough level of a ninja to let everyone know.
Does it have to do with Okami?
No, it has to do with
okay.
Naruto Irvine memery.
Laudanis forbidden.
Yeah.
Platform camp and no jutsu.
Yeah.
Secret technique.
So basically, I would just do stuff just to do it, but I had no purpose behind it. So the problem with camping, just like straight up camping, is you don't get anything.
I'm sorry, Blur just...
PPMD is incredible.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. But the problem with like straight up camping like the whole time is you never actually gain anything from it. So what ends up happening is eventually if they read your movement once, especially in the Ices matchup, you get wobbled and you die, and like you didn't do anything. Like if you think about a Falco who's like literally only short hop lasering at you, you actually just can't die because lasers don't kill you.
That's right.
Eventually he has to do a move, and eventually he has to like try and kill you. And so that's kind of what I wasn't understanding. Is I would like throw out fairs and stuff, but I just didn't understand what I was trying to do. So basically like my platform movement has a lot more purpose now in the sense that I recognize certain positions where if he tries to poke with up air, I can run off and back air, or I can like shield drop if he does it at this height, or I can wave dash back at this height, etc., etc. So yeah, so basically I just learned to, I just have more of a game plan, whereas before I didn't really. I'm still not amazing at the matchup. I think sometimes I understand. Sometimes I think I understand everything, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't actually know anything about this.
It's melee.
Yeah, they like Fluid in particular played just a lot different than I'm used to.
So I guess one more quick question, and then I'll ask you for shoutouts.
Okay.
I've noticed you've done a little bit of analysis stream-wise. Are you going to keep up with that?
I really want to. It's just more of a discipline issue. So for me personally, when I do analysis, it just takes a long time. It's like 2 hours for like a set.
Yeah.
And that's just a big time commitment for me. I do have better stream equipment now. I actually, part of me being on SSBM tutorials is I actually have like a good microphone now. Before I had like a $5 Logitech mic that did me well, did me good, did good things for me, but it was still $5. So now I have like a much better.
Oh my God.
That was insane.
Wow.
I now have like a much better equipment and stuff, but it's hard to say. I most likely won't have a consistent streaming schedule, but I do want to analyze some UCI stuff for like the UCI like mid-level players to like help them.
Shout outs to all the work you did for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you more on that off stream.